I'm muted.
Why does it keep ringing?
Good evening, and welcome back to Good Talks. So,
It's been a while.
we've been a little preoccupied lately with health and health
And a
issues
pandemic.
and a pandemic, but yeah, we're back now. We are back, and we started to, what's that word I'm looking for? We started moving up in the world, I'm guessing.
Oh boy.
And yeah, so I wanted to take the time to give a little story as to what we're doing, what we're planning, and our discussion today. So I guess without further ado, I guess we can
Unveil.
unveil and show ourselves. It is I.
It is me.
It is her.
It is him.
We're both
Talking.
right here. So welcome to Good Talks. You like that, right? I know. You don't know how many bottles I saved for that neon sign. So yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird because now we're not just doing audio, like, this podcast or whatever. I wish we had a nice little sofa and, plush seating or whatever
That would be great.
with a, what do you call that? That arm? I forgot what you call it.
Oh, the arm with the microphone thing?
Yeah. But this is what we have for now, and I'm actually quite happy. But it requires us to kind of, look our best, enough, if anything.
This is not our normal pajama attire.
Yeah, I have to make sure that I'm not like, really, really scruffy and disgusting. Have some, some good going on. But so this is what we are doing now. This is where we're headed. So I'm glad that for those of you who decided to join us, all three of you, I appreciate it. So this is pretty much Good Talks right now. So today's topic is too much or too little, right? The reason this topic came about was because we were having a discussion, you and I, of course, and it was about it was me wanting to relax, right? Just relax.
So I take it I'm the too much part.
So I wanted to relax, but no, it's not that. I wanted to relax. No TV or nothing like that. Normally we would watch TV, watch episodes. You mostly, you're like 99% of the time.
Yes, I'm the TV holic.
So you're the TV show, more TV shows, and I am the gamer.
Mm-hmm.
So one night we were just sitting down, and you were watching TV. I'm like, you know what? It's too much. Turn that off. I just complete silence. I felt like we should be able to
sit in silence.
Sit in silence. You know what I mean? Like just sit down and not really say much. And if we did, it's fine, because I feel like we should be able to couples should be able to sit down together and not really have anything going on, like no noise in the background or something like that. Just sit down and just in silence and I guess, I don't know, just
read,
enjoy whatever time that you can if you want. You can sit there, you can fall asleep, if you want to. You can play your little game, whatever game that you play on there.
Mario.
Dr. Mario. Whatever the case may be. I'm usually on my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
And you're on your iPad playing a game or something like that if you're not watching TV. And I felt like that was the way to go. I felt like that was the best thing. And
I disagreed.
And you disagreed wholeheartedly. You were like, why? Why do we have to be together?
What's wrong with
in
us?
silence? Like, I don't want to be with you in silence. It's so boring. I didn't even know that.
I didn't say boring, actually.
So what was your reason?
Well, technically it is boring, but I didn't say boring.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean?
I didn't say boring.
I already know this already. We've been together for like 72 years. Hello.
I don't think I ever said boring. It maybe not out loud.
So then, what was it?
Oh, so I think I said that for me, it's like if I'm just sitting there reading or, playing the stupid game, then we're really not spending time together because we're doing two separate things. You're always with the game and I'm doing something else. So that to me, that's not really spending time.
Okay. So what would be...
Spending time, to me, is like doing an activity together.
All right, so what's an activity then? Give me an activity.
Watching a movie.
That's not an activity.
That is an activity.
That is just sitting there.
Yes, but wait a second. We never watch something and just sit there in silence. Usually, we'll either talk during the course of the thing, whatever it is, a TV show or a movie, or we'll talk after it about whatever we just watched. So, usually, whatever we're watching sparks conversation. So don't make it just like we're just sitting
I don't know.
Like a zombie.
It's almost like when you are, when you go on a first date or something like that. Would you recommend going to a movie with that person if you're going on a first date?
Young self would have said yes.
Right.
Older self would have said no.
Why?
Because you don't really talk. Because that's a different scenario, though. You said first date. Like you said, it's been 72 years. So first dates are over.
Well, the point is that if you're watching TV, you're not really spending quality time with your mate, right?
And if you're playing the game, then you're not spending quality time with me either. Just because you're physically in the same room doesn't mean you're spending time with me.
So this is why I say
And this is why I get so heated.
This is your heated. So this is why I say, again, if you're with the person, you have to excuse me because I'm kind of sick.
And now they can see you coughing.
I can't help it. If you're with the person, right? If you're with the person that you've been with for so long, and you feel like you have to do something, like you have to be engaged or something like that, then I don't see that though. I don't really feel that way. So we're like at an impasse right now.
Yep.
So this is where it becomes a little tricky. And then
So we're gonna put it out there as a survey.
I thought to myself, man, like, you know, I wouldn't mind just sitting down with you, not really saying much.
That's how it is every night when I'm sleeping. So
Yeah,
what difference is that?
But like, you know, just being in your presence, you know what I mean? Like just being
When we're sleeping.
being in your presence is fine with me because at times you kind of need a little silence. I don't need so much noise going on.
Are you saying I
around
talk
us.
too much?
No, you don't talk too much. I'm just saying, like, it's just that there's always something happening. Like you're always watching, you know, a TV show or something like that. It's like constant. If you're not watching the TV show, then you're asking me to watch the TV show with you.
Okay.
Or a movie.
Okay, so I like watching TV or a movie with you, again, because 9 times out of 10, it sparks a conversation with us. So, like, we don't just sit there mindlessly watching stuff, and then we don't speak about anything. Hello, we speak. So, yeah, that's part of why. And a lot of times, okay, now, see, I think I'm giving a secret away. So, lately, what I've been doing.
I have a question for you.
Lately, what I've been doing is if it's something that I think you might like, I'll put it on anyway while you're here in the same room. And that way you'll listen or you'll watch it. And then you get interested in it. But if I kept saying, hey, do you want to watch this? Hey, you want to watch this? You're like, no, I wouldn't watch that. So now that's what I started to do. So that way it's a win-win for me because if you don't want to watch it, I'm still watching it because I wanted to.
Right.
And if you do want to watch
Selfish.
it, then we're still watching it together.
So you're trying to be slick.
Win-win.
You're trying to be slick. That's what you're doing.
So now I'm telling you.
So
my
are
secret.
you saying that you're kind of reeling me in? Like you purposely reel me in, right? To do something that you want to do anyway, with or without me?
What do you mean with or without?
Because then you just say.
I said if you weren't going to be interested in it.
Then you're going to watch it anyway because that's what you want to watch.
Yeah. Because you're not paying attention to it anyway.
Right. So.
I already did it to you like twice today.
So you're playing mind games with me.
Nope.
Man.
Nope. You know why? Because you're so resistant on watching stuff that when I say, hey, let's watch this, you're like, nah, I don't want to watch that. And either you don't want to watch anything or you end up being on the Xbox.
What kind of stuff do I like to watch?
Is that a trick question?
That's a regular question that you should know.
Well, you like a lot of different things.
Wait, is there like a what do you call those sounds?
No, you like a lot of different things. So it's not easy just to pinpoint one thing you like. You like different things. There's documentaries, there's thrillers, there's horror, there's romance comedies, you know.
Do you watch
Action?
those? Do you watch those things normally?
Yes.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No,
I watch documentaries that interest me.
The stuff that you watch is, oh my gosh.
That's a lie because you watch the things I watch too most of the time.
So I'm curious. If you guys have, I guess in a relationship where you're basically doing, there's so much noise around you that you don't really get a chance to, be in silence with your partner. Because that's what I would want. And this is why I felt like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be in silence with you, even if we're doing absolutely nothing. Nothing, zero. That's what I felt. But you
Does
want
this look of disbelief.
But you want sound. You want action, like constantly. The TV has ruined your life.
Oh, whatever. That's a lie.
Oh my. You know how like on the app, right? We have this app or something on the iPhone where it tells you how much time that you've spent with, whatever app that you've been on.
Oh, like screen report. I think
yeah,
it's
right.
called.
And it's like, I swear, if I can find that on the Apple TV to find out how much time, was spent on YouTube TV or like Paramount Plus
But wait,
or Netflix.
Are we speaking about pre-pandemic TV time or during pandemic time.
Okay.
Because you already know during pandemic time, I watch a lot more TV than I used to. And you already know that I like having like background noise when I'm working. Like I don't actually have to be watching it. I could just listen to it. So I wish some of these shows would be like broadcasted as a podcast, because I would just stream it out as a podcast.
And I would lose her forever.
No, you wouldn't.
I would lose her forever.
You can't get rid of me.
Oh my Jesus. Either way, this is why I wanted to have this podcast, this episode rather. Because I felt like, sometimes you need to go back or rather, you need to make sure that your partner understands what you'd like, what you would want, what you feel
and
is
then
necessary.
you have to get somewhere like in the middle of that.
The compromise and everything else. And that's why you have, that's why we came out with the how much is too much or too little, right? I feel like TV is too much.
Oh, please.
I feel like we need more, quiet time, just peace and quiet. So what do? You have to compromise. Wants and needs. Spending time. Oh my gosh,
We spend a lot of time.
So yeah. So I guess that's the first one, right? When is compromising too much or too little? Now I'm pretty sure we've all gone through, something where we feel like we're compromising too much of ourselves. Right? Break it down.
Wait, you threw it to me too fast. You hit me with the ball.
Do your thing.
Wait. So wait. Okay. So compromising too much. So if it goes against, and this is based off of some research that we did online, of course. When it goes against your values, your core beliefs, or your boundaries, that's when it's too much. That's number one. So if it's completely against what you think, then it's not a good thing. Or if it invalidates your feelings.
Right.
However, there's a however part. Because for myself, I'll speak for myself. I don't necessarily 100% agree with that. Because sometimes you think that things go against what you believe, but that's because you never tried it another way. So I think that you have to be open-minded on what you're trying to compromise about, and then see where you go from there. Because I don't think that either person might be 100% correct on what they're asking for, and there might be like a happy medium. So like you said, there's too much TV. I'm not saying that there's like not enough TV, because that's the extreme. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, if we're going to sit in the same room, then at least if we're, interacting, then that's spending time.
Why do we need to interact?
Here we go again. This is a vicious circle.
Why do we need to talk, though? Why can't we just be?
Then again, I won't count that as spending time then.
Oh my gosh!
Just because we're physically in the same room doesn't mean anything.
We definitely have to put a survey out there for that one. All right, what else is there?
Okay, so it's also important to remember that you can say no. Obviously, saying no could possibly cause damage to the relationship, depending on what you're trying to reach a compromise about. So, like, if it's something very, very important, I would say it's probably going to be up for discussion. If it's something stupid, then I guess my thought and my theory is that, is it really worth arguing about? So, depending on how small it is. So,
give me an example.
Well, good example. Okay. This is a compromise that I do. So
with me?
Yes, with you. Oh, hello, who else? So
we'll return back to regularly scheduled
You, my friend, do not put the laundry inside of the hamper. You put it on top, you put it on the side, you put it on the floor, but you don't put it inside the hamper. So we've discussed this a few times. And this is why you have the pained look on your face. But we discussed this a few times. So I thought, you know what? I'm not going to keep making a big thing out of it. One of these days, you're going to find that your clothes is not washed. Just saying.
Oh, but crap, yeah.
But if I see it, I just stick it inside. That's the end of it. It's not a big thing to argue about. That's my part of compromising. Because you can't put it inside the hamper.
Okay. So, all right. So here's my thing. We had this conversation about the making the bed or whatever.
Right? Okay.
That's
touche, my friend. Touche.
Compromise. But I understood it, and I understood.
Oh wait, you have to. Explain.
I understood where.
No, backtrack. You have to explain about the bed.
I need to finish. I just want to say I understood where you were coming from, but you know what? I'll retract that then.
No.
Just saying.
No, I mean you have to tell them what you mean by the bed.
All right, so this one over here was again, she has this thing with the bed. It has to be made. Okay, I get it.
Every morning.
Every morning, sure, whatever, no problem.
Doesn't matter what time you wake up.
Right. Mm-hmm. But she wanted it done because it looks pretty. Right? I'm guessing it looks pretty, nice and neat or whatever.
It doesn't have to be like military style and bounce a quarter off of it.
I'm thinking to myself, why does she care so much about something where people are not going to see anyway? We don't have visitors. No one is coming to see us, and they're, sure as hell not going to our room. So why does it even matter? I thought I was good. That was a great argument on my behalf.
You thought it was a great argument?
I'm telling you, Johnny Cochran would, love me. That's how I felt. But then I thought to myself later on, like, dude, this is one of the things.
One of the only things.
That she really, really, really cares about. That really makes her, I'm not going to say happy, but, very pleased.
It does put a smile on my face when I see it.
I thought to myself, like, dude, she, this is something that she's happy about. So why not just do it? Like, why not just make the bed and please her? She does so much for you anyway. So why not just make her happy? Why not just please her? So after, 20 minutes of arguing with myself, I was like, okay, fine. You're right. You're right, Gil. Thank you, Gil. And then I made the bed. It was important. That was it.
See, that was your compromise.
Thank you for joining us today. The episode is now over.
So was it too much to do?
No, it's not. It's not. It really, again, it really boils down to, what you feel about, what you care about, what you want, what matters to you. That's, again, if it's not that big of a deal, if it's gonna make you, together better, then I don't really see an issue with the compromising. And this goes back to, the whole compromise. Some people compromise themselves when it comes to the type of relationships that they want, right? And we all know, we've been there before. If you haven't, you're not missing much. Mm-hmm. But you're settling, and, you may have friends with benefits, right? And we all know how that goes. Somebody's getting hurt. And this is one of the this is funny because it was a movie called Friends with Benefits. Check it out. It's funny.
I just feel like we should chill for a while.
I think we should take a break.
You're breaking up with me?
It's not you.
Of course it's me.
It's me. I don't like you anymore.
You said that I was your soulmate.
I did? When?
When we were at that bed and breakfast having sex.
That
doesn't what?
count.
I'm done with the relationship thing.
I'm emotionally unavailable.
I'm emotionally damaged.
You know what's that?
No emotions, just sex.
So I guess we should just start.
Bedroom.
What's wrong with the couch?
The bedroom has better light. And since we're just friends, I don't have to be insecure about my body.
Come on, you're beautiful. You have nothing to be insecure.
That sounds emotionally supportive. Lock that down.
Your ass is a little bony.
Much better.
Yeah. So imagine that. Imagine giving yourself, or rather not giving yourself what you need, because you may want that one thing that you want. So you compromise everything that matters to you just for that one thing that you may want. And then you wind up hurting yourself anyway. So it's like, it doesn't even, it's not just about relationships either. It's not just that, it's not just that at all. It could be anything. It could be with, work coworkers. It could be your friends. It could be family members where you feel like, you've given a lot of yourself.
You're constantly giving and giving and giving.
And there's nothing happening. There's no return. I already know this.
Not to say that you're supposed to be doing stuff for a return, but it's nice to feel the return sometimes. Doesn't have to be equal, but at least if you get it every now and then.
Well, you'll definitely know whether or not you are on that track to getting fulfillment as well on your end, because the reality is you don't want to keep giving, and then nothing in return to, fulfill your needs. No.
Well, you don't want to feel disregarded. You don't want to feel like you're being taken advantage of. You don't want to feel like you're overextending yourself.
Right.
And I think those are like, when those things happen, it's like a bad seed. So like if you get too many of them, it's almost like you build up resentment.
Right.
So you don't want to like have so many of these bad seeds that it just sprouts into.
Then it changes you. It changes you big time.
It changes your attitude.
Yeah, it changes you big time. But then you go out there, you're like, screw people. I don't care about anybody. I'm not going to be nice to anybody. Blah 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 blah. Mind you, it's like one person who probably screwed you over, and you're like, nah, you're going to start blaming everybody else. Nah, it's just, again, it's that thing where what's beneficial for you. If it's not making you better, if it's not helping you, your relationship, whatever kind of relationship that you have, then at some point you just pull it, let it go. That's what I feel. And that the whole friends with benefits, that's like numero uno when you're like really getting into the whole relationship game. So yeah, that was pretty much it. The next one is wants and needs. Deciding factors of your wants and needs.
Well, I think the first thing is you have to determine what's a want and what's a need.
Oof.
Because I think some people get kind of caught up in wanting a lot of things, thinking that they need it, but technically they don't really need it. It's just things that they want.
Give me an example.
Why you gotta put me on the spot?
Break it down.
I would say wanting $1 million as opposed to just needing financial stability.
Give me something, more realistic.
That is realistic.
Yeah,
people always want money. Like, hello. That actually breaks up a lot of relationships.
I mean, I guess I was going to say something it was a joke, but at the same time.
Here we go.
This is why you kind of take over when it comes to the information, because don't leave it to me.
But anyway, so yes, that's one of the things. Or I think it's also that whole grass is not greener on the other side thing.
Right.
Like you think that you want these things, but you're getting what you basically need, but you feel like you want these things because you don't have them.
Yeah,
so,
I get it. Or you want too much, right? You want too much.
What's too much?
I don't know. What is?
Oh, I don't know. You said it.
I was just going to break it down like with this selfish breakup. The movie The Breakup? Right?
Yeah.
You kind of figure, check it out.
I know. Look, I know you feel bad, but, what are you going to do?
I mean, what does she expect from me to want to go with the girl who dumped me?
I don't know. She probably just wanted you to, show her the respect, not standing her up or some shit. Who knows?
Oh, damn it. I should have just said no in the first. I don't know why I called.
But you know what? It's her fault she got hurt. You shouldn't even feel bad about it. She should have expected it from you. You're a fun guy, okay? Everybody likes you. You're the quickest guy I know. Anytime we go out, I have a blast. All right? But, everybody who knows you knows you're going to do what you want to do. And if it's not what the other person wants to do, well, that's their problem.
That's bullshit. There's plenty
It's
of times
not
I'll do shit that I don't want to do. That's ridiculous.
Like
no,
when?
that's bullshit to say about me.
When have we ever done something you want to do?
I don't know off the top of my head. I don't keep score.
When's the last time we went to a Sox game? The Sox. Not when they're playing the Cubs either. We always do what you want to do, and she always did what you want to do. It's who you are. Everybody thinks that you're their friend, okay? But the fact of the matter is that there's not one person that I know that you trust enough to let close enough that they could hurt you. And her big problem is that you really liked her. I mean, she is the one girl you really liked. And no matter what she did and how hard she tried, you were never going to let your guard down. That poor girl never stood a chance.
Yeah. Haven't you, have you ever come across those who just want to do everything that they want to do? Forget about you. Forget about what you want to do, but they want to do it. And you're like, okay, and you pretty much do it because you don't want to make that person upset or, leave you if it's a relationship anyway.
Well, I was going to say, don't we usually do that with our children? Like, do the things we might not necessarily want to do.
Like what?
I don't know. Attend certain school events. No offense. But there might be some of them you really don't want to go to.
Oh, man.
Or like.
You heard it here first.
This is why I'm glad my kid is in the 20s, because I don't have to deal with that anymore.
I'll make sure I send him a link.
But yeah, I would say it's mostly kid stuff. I at least off the hand that I could think of.
I mean, I look at it this way. Again, this is not just about, it's not just, relationships, intimate relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend.
Romantic relationships.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, thank you.
I have to change it up these days. But yeah, it's not just that, it's friendships, it's family, it's your own children, a culprit. But I did find that I think when you first start out with a partner, you kind of do a lot of what they want to do because you don't want to disappoint them. Right? But at some point,
what did I make you do when we first started dating that you didn't want to do?
Oh, this is rated G, dude. What's
no,
wrong?
not nothing nasty.
No.
Hello.
It wasn't really. Again, I think it boils down to like family stuff, right? Because I was always going to your family events. Like, you guys have a birthday back to back to back.
It's not our fault that our parents like certain seasons of the year.
MG.
All of our birthdays line up.
Oh, and it's just like, oh my gosh, okay. And, me missing them in the beginning, it wasn't going to happen. Was never going to happen, me missing them. But over time, as I put in the work, yeah,
you made direct eye contact with the camera.
I made sure, that I put in enough time. I guess you can say it's like vacation time.
PTO.
Right? So you get those vacation days or whatever after you put in a certain amount of time. Well, I earned vacation days. And at some point, I not because I really wanted to miss certain things, more of because I was sick or something like that. Maybe like one or two times out of the whole entire, 70 years of being together.
Excuse me.
What?
It's been more than 7 years.
70 years, I said.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
What? Yeah, there's been a couple of times where I just, didn't want to do it. Was I honest? Yup. I was honest. Didn't bother me. But again, when you're in the beginning of a relationship, you kind of do a lot of what that person does, and over time, you ease back. But I feel like, again, if you're too busy doing things that someone else wants to do, and you don't really get a chance to do the things that you want to do, then something is wrong. There's an issue. Don't you have like notes there?
Yeah, but I have an example of doing something I didn't want to do.
Here we go. The truth comes out. Why you have to wait till this show?
Riding El Toro in Great Adventure.
Oh,
I did not want to do that, and it hurt me. It made me feel unbalanced after I got off the roller coaster.
It hurt you because you rode it the wrong way. You don't put your head down while riding something that's going so fast.
He's looking at it like barf or poop on myself while we were on that ride.
Well, again, that was better than how you felt afterwards. Like your equilibrium was like
Yeah, I literally couldn't even drive the car after that.
she was wrecked. She was wrecked, all because she put her head down on a ride that literally goes like super fast. So okay, so you didn't want to do that, and you did it for me.
Yep. Absolutely. Yes.
Like, do you feel like that was worth it, guys?
Do you feel like it was worth what? What?
know-
Yeah. What was my return on investment?
What do you mean? What was your? I drove.
No.
What?
I mean, what did I get out of having to get on that ride?
Oh well, I mean the
A
experience.
bad picture?
The
Because that shit
experience.
is on the internet.
It doesn't show your face though.
It shows my head down like this.
That's all it shows. It's just your head down. So yeah, you really lost out on
And
that
then
one.
you and Kill are like, so it's very noticeable that it was our group that was
Well,
on that ride.
Either way, that was a one-time incident, but mine is pretty much a lifetime of back to back to back to back to back.
That's right. Big family, a lot of stuff.
So yeah, it's a lot of compromise. A lot of compromise. I don't have a problem with it, of course. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. What was the I guess not the definition, but like if you find yourself not or if you find yourself not having your wants and needs met, there was something in there. I don't remember what it was, and I was like, yeah, you know what? That's pretty
Of
true.
not getting your wants and needs
Yeah,
met.
I forgot what it was.
Well, there was a thing that they spoke about personal space.
Personal space.
But that was more so like, okay, for instance, I think this actually applies to us.
okay.
So, obviously during this whole pandemic.
Wait, is this a spending too much time or too little? Would that fall under that category?
No, well, technically this has to do with this. Well, yes, it does.
All right, so hold off on that one then.
Well, it's a compromise thing.
Okay.
So part of the compromise is, I guess, you have to like sometimes one of the partners needs a little space away from the other partner. So it's for them to kind of like, I guess, regroup, figure out the things that they need to focus on. Or in this case, or in your specific case, for me not to be around as much because I drive you a little crazy. So this is why I brought up the pandemic, because I've been working from home for a whole year. Well, more than a year at this point, like a year and a half.
So we'll save that spending too much time for the later part.
Oh, okay.
Because this particular situation where, it involves, wants and needs, and you have a situation where this is a movie, The Notebook. It's actually one of the best romantic
This is still one
movies.
of our favorites. This is like tied for number one.
Well, tied for you maybe.
It's tied for me for number one.
What's the other one?
Titanic. Don't even lie. You already know.
It's me, Jack.
You already know.
Dude.
Why I love that movie.
If she really wanted to save him.
Here we go. They already have established that it is not true that he could have fit on the stupid door.
All right. So the wants and needs. How far will you go to, I guess, get whatever it is that you need rather than what you want? And this is relationship wise, right? Because a lot of times in relationships, you choose the person who's probably going to give you the best life when it comes to, the monetary factor, right? Mm-hmm. But you kind of, negate what your heart
what
tells
your heart's
you.
telling you.
You know what I mean? So this is a scene from The Notebook where the mom actually, confesses about, actually I can't even say that. If you haven't seen it, you should. But she confesses, or she shows her daughter, takes her daughter to this place where she shares her feelings about some man who she left in order to be with the father because he had more money and so on and so forth.
And I don't want you waking up one morning thinking that if you'd known everything, you might have done something different.
What are we doing here, Mama?
Do you see that man there? Doesn't look like it now, but 25 years ago. Oh my goodness, he was really something. We were out of our minds in love, let me tell you. Well, naturally, your grandfather was furious, so we decided to run away. We didn't even make the next town before the police picked us up. But that was then. You know, sometimes when I'm in the area, just stop here and I'll watch him. Trying to picture how different my life might have been.
I don't know, man. She's a little too emotional. You know what I mean? It's been years. That she hasn't been with a guy who she loves or loved so much.
Loved.
She still loves the guy. She still loves him. And like, it doesn't even matter. Like, she still loves him. So, I mean, the fact that she took her daughter there because she knows where he's at. And, she's sharing her feelings about the guy. Mind you, she didn't want her daughter to make the same mistake, right? She wanted her daughter to think about her future rather than just, the love, right? Because we all fall in love, but that doesn't mean that we're going to be with the person that we fall in love with.
Might not be the right person.
For the rest of our lives, exactly. So she did what she did, and, she felt what she felt. So, again, you kind of have to wonder, like, what's important to you? You know what I mean? Like, and, again, this is not just intimate relationships or, romantic relationships. It could be for anyone. Like, what's important for you? Again, too many people get burned, and that's the problem that we have. It's that rebounding part. You know what I mean? So anyway, so now we finished with that. Now this is your spending time. Now this is the spending time. So what is the right balance of time together?
Oh, okay. So back to my pandemic, my pandemic time. So anyway, long story short, I've been here working from home for like the last year and a half. And for the last few months, we've been in the same room working from home. That's a lot harder than when he was in the other room and I was in the living room. So that you told me, I can't wait for you to go back to the office, which I was like, damn, you want me to go back to work?
That's a year and a half, right? It was like almost 2 years.
And I said the same thing. I can't wait till September till you have to go back to school. So there goes that one. But it's not that we don't like spending time around each other. It's like, it's almost, sometimes there's a little bit too much time. So like, you get annoyed when I'm on the phone with, conference calls and stuff, or I get annoyed at someone breaking controllers from the Xbox. So,
Dude, you're like asleep when that happens.
That's not true, because you've done it in the daytime too. So,
why you gotta put me on blast? Huh?
Yes, we might as well get some stock in some Xbox controllers, for as many as that you broke. But anyway,
some by accident.
Yeah, right.
Just saying.
I would say most of them are not. But anyway,
I said some by accident.
So that is where I feel like we spend too much time together. Like, we need a little bit of a balance. So like me going, well, now I have to go to the office every other day. So in a way, it's a relief for him because I'm not talking loudly on the phone or getting upset or having the TV on in the background. And it's nice and peaceful for him. So I think that works for us. I think that works better for the balance part. What about you?
Lord, answer my prayers. Too much time is the fact that we were good through the pandemic.
We last a long time being in the same room together.
Yeah, the fact that we lasted, that long, with no issues really.
No major arguments or anything.
Yeah, it was good. Because the reality is, it's not like I have a lot of friends. I mean, it's a fact. I'm not, doesn't bother me. It's just less headache. I have my select few people, and then that's it. But, you know, it's not like I'm going out. So you're the only person that I go out with, technically. So after a while, it gets kind of crappy.
I don't know. Crappy is the best
Crappy
term.
is the right one. Because again, you know, it's when when you get older with someone, and I've seen older folk who are sitting there.
Oh, I've seen older folk with separate bedrooms,
and they don't.
We could come to that theory later.
They don't really say much. You know, they're eating. You know, they're having their meal. They don't really speak to each other or nothing. And I thought to myself, man, this is in the beginning though. Like, man, why don't they say anything to each other? Like, I don't want to be like that. But
fast forward now to where he wants to just sit in the same room.
Now I know
and
why.
Not speak to each other.
It's not that I don't want to speak to you. It's just I'd rather be in your presence and not hear anything else happening around me, and just be in the presence of you. That's it. That's all I care about. I don't care
while
about
you're doing something else.
Whether I'm like just sitting there, you know, thinking with my thoughts or whatever, or whether I'm reading.
I was like,
I'm on Instagram, you know, arguing with people on Fox News or something like. Again, just me sitting there with you is something that is important for me. So when I, you know, going back to the older people who just sit there and don't say anything, I kind of understand why now. You know, like, what do you have? And there was another part in there that said something like, if you share too much, right? If you share too much, you have nothing else to say later on. Your relationship becomes boring.
I don't know about that, but I would think that, again, what we used to do pre-pandemic is when I would come home from work and you'd be, you know, obviously you're here before me, then we'd talk about our day. Well, that goes out the window when my day is in the same room as you all day. So there's nothing to really talk about as far as that goes. So
I mean, yeah, I guess.
So that kind of eliminates one of the subjects that we would talk about. So I agree with that if you're spending so much time with each other, that there isn't much to say because you're already doing things together. Like, what else is there to talk about?
I mean, there's a lot of things that I learned about you.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a lot of things you learn about your mate. You know,
good or bad?
It could be anything. It could be bad. It could be good, right? You already know I have tons of stories. There's tons of stories. Like, you know, again, from what you said, I lived whatever life.
You lived a long life before me. Several lives before me.
Just saying, like, there are gonna be stories that you've never heard. There's gonna be new stuff that you've never heard.
There's not a lot left.
Oh, there's a lot.
I haven't heard.
There's plenty. There's plenty of stories.
Here we go.
That's for another episode.
Yeah.
Wait,
when is talking too much?
Didn't we have that? The good talks versus bad talks?
Yep.
We have that, right?
Yes, we did.
No, we should do it again. Live version.
Oh,
but yeah, so I think, I really do think, like, you know, it's great to spend time, you know, with people, but just too much of it just becomes just too much, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of.
Too much is just too much.
There's a time when you really want that you know, that time away, that you know, quiet time, that peaceful time. I don't want to hear TV all the time. Like, I really don't. So, you know, again, I have a scooter. I could scoot
on out.
You know, I could play ball or whatever it is. But then it's just like weird because then you're not there. You know what I mean?
It's like you don't want me to be there, but you want me to be there.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. It's just like you're not there. So it's like, oh.
Well, I have to say really quickly that you brought up the scooter. I do like, or it makes me feel nice that you wait for me to scoot. I actually like that. And
she didn't even want to scoot. She didn't want to scoot before.
I didn't even want to scooter.
She hated it.
Nope.
She was like, I don't want to. But all of a sudden, she started off hating it. Then she started out riding it with a helmet, and now she's riding it without a helmet, and she's not complaining.
No. Well, that's also because your scooter can't go as fast as it used to go.
Well, it can. I'll just run out of battery
very quickly.
No juice. But, you know, yeah, I guess like I was saying, going back, you know, just too much time is not that good with the person. You need a little space. You need to do your own thing. You need to find yourself as well. You need to, you know, get your own balance. And I think that's one of the things that's That's super important for me, even though I still look for you. You know, like
I still look for you. Hello,
I shouldn't.
with the TV time. I still look for you when I want to watch certain things with you.
TV.
Whatever.
Like I want to be out there. You know what I mean? I want to do something. Like I don't want to watch. What was it? What was that you were watching earlier today with that? Not today. Was it yesterday with the girls that were dead in the house?
Oh, American Horror Stories. We're gonna have to bring this back up during our Halloween episode because it's a great show. So anyway, you like that stuff. I've gotten you to watch horror stuff.
Not really.
More. Yes, you do.
Not really.
You
Not
watch
really.
it more than you used to.
I don't know.
But really quick, I want to bring up something Yesenia wrote on the chat. There are 5 love languages: words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, just not too much of it, and physical touch. No, not like poking me.
I physically touched you, though.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, that's not the good affirmation of love. But anyway, I happen to agree with all of that. I do think that there are multiple ways of expressing love. And I thought that the 5 that were mentioned were pretty good.
Is that going to be like another episode or something like that?
I think so. I already screenshot it so we can bring it up again.
Well, that works. That works just as fine. I hate being in New York City. I want to leave. I really do. I really want to leave. I really want to leave.
Hopefully another year and some change.
Jeez Louise. Either way, again, that was pretty much our too much or too little episode. So again, we'll be back another 2 weeks, another 2 Sundays from now. What's the topic?
Well, now we might actually do this 5 love languages. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I want to separate that though. I want to separate it.
A show for each one?
Yeah, because it boils down to relationships and love again. It's like, are we going to be doing that like the whole entire time? I don't know. I don't really want to.
I feel like this is a more serious topic than today's topic was.
That is?
Yeah.
Same thing. Boils down to the same thing.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about next week?
Pornography.
And I am not going to be in that conversation.
That's so cheesy.
Because I have nothing to say about that. You're the one that has the history with that. But anyway.
Oh, wait. Which one?
Oh, here we go.
The Facebook incident?
Oh, no, I wasn't even thinking that.
How dare you?
I was thinking of your what was it, at night with the lady, bump the box or whatever.
That was Robin Bird.
That's what I was thinking of.
We are not endorsed by the Robin Bird Show. Just saying. But no, not pornography. I don't know. I forgot what it was. Was it the inspiration? It was an inspiration
That's
thing,
not
right?
deep. This is
No, it's really. You know what? I don't even know what we're gonna do.
But we'll try to make something entertaining for next week.
Yes, not next week. The weekend.
I mean,
after.
I'm sorry, 2 weeks from now.
2 Sundays from now. So that's pretty much it. Again, thanks for sticking around, watching us now, and not just listening, but you're actually watching us.
Oh, and drop us comments about this. How did you like it? Do you rather not see us?
Yeah.
Do you rather?
Would you rather not see us?
Yeah. Excuse me. Psst. So.
Or, again, topics, something that you want us to discuss, or whatever the case may be. But right now, again, we just started doing the live video, which I kind of like, because now you get to see who we are. But I kind of don't like that either. I don't know. It's weird. It's like, 50-50.
And we're doing it live, so it's not like we could stop the tape, rewind it, reshoot.
Right, exactly. This is straight. So you're going to hear everything. Whatever happens,
there might
happens.
be ambulances in the background and everything.
Jesus. Yeah, so again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. The more likes and subscriptions that we get, the higher the chances of the YouTube algorithm picking us up and so on and so forth. So we could start spreading out there to everybody else who wants to listen to us talk about crazy stuff, good stuff, love stuff, nasty stuff. And that's pretty much it. So again, thank you for thank you for spending time with us tonight. This is something new for us, and hopefully it gets better. So yeah.
And what are you supposed to say? Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh, I did say that already.
Well,
I said
say
don't
it
forget.
again.
You just said it. Jesus. Don't forget to check us out as well on our Instagram, which is goodtalks_NYC, and our website, goodtalksnyc.com. And hopefully we'll be catching you again.
Good talks.